We're live on Pressing That Gas podcast. I had to get my chair and sit down. I got my big OG Big Jack. We're about to talk about the low riding stuff. Because when the low rider started, Pressing That Gas podcast with my boy OG Big Jack. It's your boy OG Big Cool. We're gonna talk about who started this low riding stuff back in the day. We're about to get started. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. It's your boy OG Big Cool with the OG Big Jack. Who started low riding? Well, Jack, you already kind of heard what she said. What you think? What you think about this?
What I think about low riding is whoever back in the early 60s was involved, that's who started low riding. When everybody started meeting and collaborating, low riding had begun to be a thing. You know, it was like who had the prettiest paint, who had the prettiest rims. Then it was about getting the interior done. It's about the pipes, the loud pipes. Low riding came in so many different ways. I don't know the young lady's name. She said her old man started when he was sitting low in the car, and he said, I'm riding low. I don't know nothing about him. You know, we all almost about 80 years old, so we all basically had a pinch in starting low riding. Now, I'm not trying to differentiate who started it or who stopped it. That's just like taking a Remington shotgun. Then here comes Mossberg with a shotgun. Here comes Springfield with a shotgun. It was a number of different kinds of shotguns. You know, so we're not trying to compare shotguns to cars, because low riding was the essence of the ghetto. If you had a pretty car, you had a pretty woman.
So, but Jack, what she said was, she said they used to go out, meet like around on Crenshaw, wherever they was meeting at, and they used to be cruising. And basically, she said she came up with the name low riding. You can't dispute that.
No, I can't dispute that. I'm not going to try to dispute it. Okay. I don't know where they used to meet at. She's older than me, true enough, from what she explains and what she said, her age. But we used to meet at the skating ring. We in Hollywood, Savoy. We used to meet at the skating ring on Central. We used to meet at Jack in the Box on Imperial on Main. We used to meet at Taco Fiesta on Florence and Main.
Okay, Jack,
it's a number of places.
Let me ask you another question. For as you know, when she was talking about like low rider, who came with the actual low rider? Who actually came with the low rider?
Listen, low riding is about whose car was the prettiest and the lowest and looked the funkiest. That's low riding, you understand? Like when everybody had the perm hair and all that went with that. But listen, what you're trying to establish is the point of who actually came with the low riding. There was a couple of guys, white boys had a shitty over at Bill Hines. They had hydraulics in the car. And a couple of brothers seen the hydraulics and liked the way that car was going up and down. So they went back in Hines's, I'm not gonna mention their names, and got the hydraulics. We brothers was the first ones to have a car on the street with hydraulics. But the white boys that had the car was the first one to have hydraulics in a car.
For as that you know.
Far as what I know.
That you know.
Yeah.
And that was only at that time on that side of the town.
Yeah.
So
then the next person got hydraulics. Then you had the shop that, you know, people go and find out, what is this? What is that? This is a cylinder. If I cut this out, and I let the car all the way down on the ground with no springs in it, then I put this in there. You got to put a donut around the sleeve, cut a hole in the A arm of the car, fit its car had leaf springs, put a bridge in the back, put the spokes up through the bridge, put the springs on the back of the rear end where you get your flexibility. But true enough, brothers basically were the first ones to have a car on the street with hydraulics in it. I don't want to say whose name and what it is. I don't want anybody to say, oh man, he lying, and he don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But the very ones that say I'm lying, I don't know what I'm talking about, is the ones that's 71, 72, 73, 74, youngsters under me, man.
Yeah.
I had a 57 with hydraulics in the front and back, a 64, with hydraulics front and back, a 65, with hydraulics front and back, I had a 56, with hydraulics front and back. These cars is in 65.
I'm gonna let you go handle her real fast. We're gonna cut for a minute. We'll be back in a minute. We back live on Pressing the Gas. Now, come on, man. Man. Come on, let's film.
Can I get a cigarette?
No, I don't have no cigarette.
Hey, I say, I sell cartons and packs, Newports.
Okay, I'll do that later.
Okay, all right.
Okay, Jack, we're back on Pressing the
All right,
Gas.
baby.
I want you to listen to this.
Can't tell me nothing. Nobody there can tell me nothing. I did. Bob Murphy, Victor Murphy, all of them. Y'all
No,
know.
but listen to what he said.
I'm going to rap it to you. Just told you, man. Bill was a bad customizer. Come on, man, let's do this. What you want to know, man? What you want to know, man?
So they saying.
Let's get to Victor Murphy.
Okay, let's go.
I just mentioned Bill Hines to you.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, you did. You sure
He
did.
had the white boys. It ain't on his.
No, this is on. We filming live on Pressing That Gas podcast.
Okay, well, we ain't going to speak right now. We'll get to it.
Okay, no, but go ahead and get to Victor Murphy. Sound like they say he started it. Hold on, let me get back. I want you to listen.
That becomes the birthplace of lowrider culture. His name, Victor Murphy, and his story is a testament to creativity and resilience. In the 1950s,
Talk about your
Victor
brother Bob.
Murphy, a black man with a passion for cars, became the first to own a lowrider in Compton. But he didn't do it alone. Bill Hines, a legendary car customizer, helped Vincent turn his dream into reality, crafting a vehicle that would inspire generations. Lowriders, with their sleek
So Bill Hines,
hydraulic systems,
Bill Hines
Put the
basically
hydraulics in for him.
Bill Hines actually had the shop, basically.
Yeah, right there on Long Beach where that
Yeah.
Cougar
So
105.
basically, Bill.
Go down Long Beach Boulevard. Go down Imperial when you get to Long Beach, turn right. And right where that freeway goes over, that was Bill Hines' custom shop right there on the left side of the street.
So basically, it sounded like Bill Hines was on here at the shop, machines, whatever, and helped him put them in.
He did, he just said it.
Yeah, that's what I'm taking from the story.
What you want to know about Victor?
No, I was just trying to establish who started this lowrider thing because it was going back and forth about who started the lowrider stuff, and I wanted to get that established.
Well, you want this on tape or what?
It's on film. It's filming right now.
Okay.
We're pressing the gas right now.
But see, I'm not going to try to take nothing from nobody.
No, it ain't taking nothing from nobody. It is what it is. You got to.
Well, it is what it is. But let me explain to you. Victor and Bob Murphy were brothers.
Okay.
Bob had, when you talk about Bob and Victor, every tongue got to bow and every knee got to bow and every tongue got to confess. Bob Murphy had one of the cleanest 57 Chevys come through here. I had a white one. front and back with hydraulics, flared fenders, side pipes when the side pipes come out, front and back hydraulics, laid the back bumper. 57 was known for that, and the 56 for laying that back bumper.
What year was that?
I had that car probably 70 or 69. Each year I got a different car. Or each 6 months. We got rid of cars. Once we see something we like, we go and buy it. Go by a friend's house. Yeah, man, I'm giving to cut this. We go by his house. Next thing you know, the car's cut. We come back, we laying it on the ground. Hey, man, I'm giving to go to the paint shop. Well, to go to Bill Hines or Herman or William Bryant, but you had to have a little money, man. Unless you was a deal maker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the game wasn't even out yet.
What game?
The game.
Game was been out.
Listen, I'm talking about. I'm talking.
William
when I
Bryant
say-
taught
when I
Herman
say
how to
the game,
paint.
When I'm talking about, I ain't talking about that game. I'm talking about the drugs hadn't hit the street yet.
Well, I don't know about that.
No, I'm just saying the drugs.
I know
hadn't
about
hit
it,
the
but I ain't gonna talk about it.
street. Listen, I'm just asking you a question. Had the drugs hit the street yet? That was it. No, it hadn't. I can't answer that
Distinguished.
myself. No, it wasn't.
Let me. Distinguished gentlemen had businesses and drugs. If they did it, was in the back. It wasn't out like standing on the street with a bag of rocks.
No,
Or
rocks
standing
wasn't out.
on the street.
Rocks wasn't out.
Season. I got the powder, I got the Yale. It wasn't even about that then. It was about a very secluded, underground thing. If we did it, yeah, I said if we did it, or whoever did it, or however they did it, it wasn't highly publicized the way it is now.
Got the OG Big Jack in here.
No, I done did it. I done did it all, man. I done low rided from 1963, 63, 64. I was real young, 13, 14, 15 years old with a car, 57, 56, 55 Chevy. When you can go on Long Beach Boulevard, you could buy a 54 Chevy for $45. You could buy a 57 Chevy on Long Beach Boulevard in the early 60s and mid 60s, even in the early 70s. You could buy a 57 Chevy. Well, I bought one for $135. That's the one I tell you about I had. It was white.
Yeah.
And that was kind of high, man. 135. I had to buck with the white man to get the car in. I worked on 108th at Bendico Metal, and he had a red 57 Chevy, and I wanted it. So I bought it from him. You know, me, Big Mo, Tick, who else? I can't think. Who else? John Johnson. Of course, you got the Bow. Sonny Sims. Of course, Bob Murphy. You know, certain guys had certain pretty cars. Barney Moten had a 64, jumped like a horse. I can't think. Gregory Coaster. We can't forget Gregory. Always had something blue and silver flake, real clean. Front and back.
How old is all those guys right now?
Probably about, not my age, 2 years older than me. Two years older, 3. Tick, he was living, Tick probably about 80, 81. You know, John Johnson be about 75, maybe 76. We all around the same age, all of us. Lowriding was our thing. No, we can't forget my nigga Soupy, Robert James, 59, jumped like a horse. Can't forget Soupy. He stayed right behind Locke High School. We talking about that good old funky lowriding, man. It makes you go back and think. Then we got guys nowadays, younger guys, like Tweet, and, you know, I respect them and tip my hat to them. They're doing magnificent things with lowriding now. They've made careers out of it. Can't forget my nigga Charles Clayton. He's another one. Who else? Let's see.
Boy, what's our boy we used to mess with back in the days? Crenshaw. Just name them.
It's just so many of them. It ain't that I can't think.
Nobody at the shop on Crenshaw.
Ernest House. Can't forget Ernest. Can't forget Simeon. These is classic lowriders, man. They made it funky for us,
What's
man.
your name?
Got killed. D.D. He was young, but he did it.
Just ran over. What's his name?
Oh, Terry Carter.
Terry Carter.
Yeah. You know, I can name them all and on. If I forgot your name, don't be mad at me. Because, you know, when you get almost 80, your mind goes. So y'all got to keep that as a fact. So, yeah, Big Jack, he's here, but he's getting up there. Yeah, man. I'm getting up there. I can name so many lowriders, man. Who else? I'm talking about cars jump like horses. Charles Patrick. He had a blue and white 64. Earl Snaggletooth Earl.
What about your boy Hop?
Grasshopper. Let's name him now. 60, 61, 62. They had a club. The first black club it was called the Conservatives. It's a monster club. That was Sherman and Grasshopper and all these guys. There was Lonnie, JoJo out the Nickersons. All these guys, I mean, they brought the funk to us, man. So, you know, I'm always tip my hat to them, man, because, you know, they was here first. When you play them oldies, Selfish One and all that, I think about all them guys, man. You know, because they made it funky for us, you know, so it is what it is.
Yeah, we're on this live right now, Pressing That Gas podcast with your boys, Big Cool, Big Jack. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and share the video for me. But I'm gonna pause this right now, and I'm gonna come back with something else. Yeah, we back Pressing That Gas with the legendary OG Big Jack, and I know y'all been wanting to hear about it. I don't feel too many people knowing better than he did. That was like his brother. You know, can't nobody tell me about like my homies like Big Newt, Wano, my nigga Buck. Can't nobody tell me about those type of dudes because I was with them every day. So this like this two big brother right here, you know, and I know y'all been wanting to hear.
Yeah. Get your napkins out because you're going to be crying. Some of the stories I'm going to tell you about too. But what I want you to do is stay tuned and I'm going to bring it to you. Wow. The real. No faking and shaking. Me. I only know the real. Tookie, Raymond, friends of mine. Friends. I'm talking about friends. We had a lot of fun together. So, you know, stay tuned. And I'm going to let y'all know what's happening.
I'm pressing the gas. I'm about to ask Big Jack some questions. I'm going to hit him with some stuff and see do he kind of still remember this here. Jack, do you remember that day some of the homies already had them been down by y'all, and I think they came and seen y'all? You was up in the garage with a bunch of guys, about 6 or 7 guys in your garage. And some of the homies had came down, because we was over in the homies neighborhood. And they came down there and they was telling us, they told us that you had a bunch of guys down there. And when I hear what was going on, I tell my brother Newt, I say, Newt, because you know I always had love for you. I say, Newt, let's go down there, homie, and tell Big Jack and warn him ahead of time for some bullshit go down. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember very clear. I think y'all was in a little Pinto.
Yeah.
When y'all came down there, and you guys told me, hey, Newt pulled me to the side. Because you was sitting there doing something right here with a stick shift, doing something, and steady looking back out the mirror and shit, you know, so I said, Newt said, come here, Big Jack, let me talk to you a minute. I said, man, I got love for you, man, but let me explain something to you, man. All that, man, it ain't cool. You got to get them out the neighborhood, man. It ain't nothing on you. It's on them, man. He said, man, motherfuckers excuse me for cussing. People don't like that, you know. I said, well, let me holler at this dude and see what's happening. So I tell him, I said, say, man, let me talk to you for a minute, bro. you know what kind of neighborhood this is around here. I said, why would you bring all these dudes over here like this? They gotta go, man. I'm closing the gym. Oh man, you scared? It's not about being scared, it's about being cautious. He said, yeah. Oh, I ain't worried about nobody. I got a 20-inch arm. I said, I got a 20-inch arm too. That don't mean nothing, man. I said, them bullets ain't no bigger than a pencil eraser. They take your life. They shut your eyes for good. I said, man, y'all gotta get about this garage, man. I said, well, I'm giving a close go. I'm giving a go. Then he tell me, yeah, we'll be over here tomorrow, man. We gonna come back. You know, I'm cool, man. I'll come back. I'll come back.
Yeah, I was just trying to see that you remember that. But some other things. What else I wanted to ask you about?
Yeah,
Tell me about the story when y'all was up in the house, man, shooting that dice up in our neighborhood. Matter of fact, who was that? Spike.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spike and Rick Rock.
Yeah.
About a grape.
Yeah.
They had hit my boy for about 100 racks.
About 180,000.
About 180 racks. And a couple of the homies was up in there. Matter of fact, my younger brother, younger Cool, was up in the house with y'all.
He was.
And
He was telling.
and Deuce.
Told me, you know, at the time, you know, I was kind of wobbly. I wasn't really doing too good, you know, as far as money is concerned. You know, I'm always used to having, you know, 400,000 or 500,000 put up somewhere, playing crazy all the time, looking crazy. But, you know, I was over my boy G house. I was up in there shooting dice.
That boy came with the
Me,
keys.
Rodney, he got killed, Aaron's brother, Rick Rock, and Spike. My nigga, Spike, Marcus Harris. He's up in there gambling, and I'm kicked back, you know. I don't shoot dice. I mean, if a nigga wanted about $4,000 or $5,000 out here, I give it to him. I hear Spike money, Keno money, you know, the best of the money. It needed it, man.
Keno was in there?
My nigga Suge, Raymond Wright, he needed
Oh, wait.
5,
Keno,
6,
I heard
7,000.
you just say a name, Keno.
No,
He wasn't there.
No,
Oh, okay.
not old man Keno, gambling Keno.
Oh, okay.
Rich Keno.
Okay.
Rest in peace. The boy pulls up in front of the house, the two boys out of Pasadena. They had wanted some work, right? So, my old boy from Nicholson's, he pulls up. I don't like mentioning names. I don't want no funk on nobody and they might.
Man, them people dead. Them people dead, man.
All of them gone, but that's still just the same. You always want to keep it 100. That's how you always want to keep it 100. So Greg tells me, hey, Big Jack, why don't you go downstairs and go get that money? It's about 200 altogether I'm getting. I said, no, I'm good, bro. You go get your own money. Because the last person, I knew what was going on in that house. I knew what was happening with them dice. I didn't know it was going to go that way. It went down, but I knew what was happening with the dice. So before the game had got started, my boy tell me, he said, man, I'm going to old man Webster. Webster made it some 6-8 flats. He makes the dice for the boy. I said, whoa. So I said, man, what you going to do with them? He said, man, I'm giving a break to school, man. I'm giving a break to school. I said, man, that ain't cool what you doing, man. I don't do no shit like that, man. I'm with you, bro. That make me look bad, man. Like I'm a part of infancy of this shit, you know? So he tell me, wow, well, so they get the bucket, you know? So he tells the dude just like this. He said, shoot 5,000. So he asked me before the game even got started. I had about 11,000 at the time. I'm broke. He said, man, let me ball 5. No, man, I'm not gonna let you ball nothing to be involved in that bullshit. No, I'm not doing it. So he goes and gets 4,000, 5,000 for somebody. Come back. We start off with the dice. Before they start with that, he tell me go downstairs and get the money from me. Niggas about 180,000, both cards. I said, nah, man, you go get your own money, bro. I don't fool with nobody money like that. I went and got that money. I was the last one to put my hands on it. So here, now they shoot, right? You shoot 1,000. Shoot 1,000. He hit. My boy said, shoot 5,000. He said, shoot it. He fall off the dice. He grabbed the dice again. He said, go on, pass the dice. Go on, shoot again. He said, shoot 20. So my boy said, shot the dice, he missed it. So he said, give me the dice, man. Give my shot. He shoots. So at the time, he doing like this. He talking to the nigga. So, you know, he doing like this. I know what he doing. He getting ready to hand him this hand with the dice. So he do like that. He hand him the dice. All right. He hand him the regular dice.
Because I already knew he had two sets of dice.
He hand him the regular dice.
Sets of dice, yeah.
When he hand him the regular dice, they shoot. Wow. He throw his dice. He missed. He went and hit him for 20. He said, oh, blood, shoot 40. He shoot 40. He said, oh, that ain't nothing, blood. He said, shoot the whole 80.
That's what my homeboy's saying.
He shoots the 80.
Yeah.
He missed. He said, fuck it. Give me that bag out the bedroom. So, I forget who go and bring the bag to him. He said, shoot this.
Call it deuce.
He said, shoot this bag. He said, it's about $120 in this bag. Shoot the whole bag, nigga. Shoot, he hit. He missed. Oh, he prime meat right now. He about 180,000. 120 plus 40 plus 60. Yeah, he's at 180,000. So he shoots the 180.
By that time, my brother
no,
he
he
come
shoots
up out
again.
of the house, him and Deuce,
He
and
shoots.
come around there and tell me and a couple more of the homies, and we run around there. When we run around, I say, oh, hell no.
We pulling off.
When we run around there, y'all, I can remember seeing you jumping in the back of the truck.
Me and my motherfucker from the new homes. I don't like mentioning no name. We all together in the truck.
Yeah.
We pulling off. So, you know, he done bucked the nigga out $180,000. So he tell me, man, he said, yeah, when you go outside, just hand me money. I said, what money? I'm not handing you nothing, nigga, you lost that. I said, man, come on, bro. He said, man, I'm coming, I'm gone. I'm not gonna give you nothing. You lost that, we shot. He said, I thought we was playing. He said, I don't play with no money. I said, man, look here, bro. Give that man his money, man, and stop this bullshit, man. He said, man, I'm not giving the nigga shit. Fuck him, man.
Pressing that gas podcast. I got this fire, man. Subscribe, press like. I'm about to stop right there. That's a snugly short story. This is the thoroughly story. I just now asking Big Jack. He told me to cut the camera back on. But yeah, how did all that weightlifting stuff come about? You know, remember?
Well, when you talk about it, you got to be specific about it. I mean, every nigga got to bow when it come to Big Craig. I said, Craig started that. I remember when I first seen him. I said, oh no, this is it. I said, man, this dude here. So I asked my partner who started me to actually lifting weights. It was David Thomas, Mad Dog. The dog, just a mad dog. Don't you bip bop and fart, nigga. Cause nigga, I'll do something to you, nigga. That's where he used to talk. David Thomas Clark, that was Moto's brother. He had got out of I think they had just got a Tracy. You know, I was low riding, that was back in '67. My car was in the backyard laying flat on the ground. He was coming down the alley and I walked out, I heard the dog was barking. I looked, nigga scared me. I said, man, who's this big nigga, man? So I looked, I said, bro, what's happening, man? How you? Oh, man, I just got out, man. I'm just coming home, man. I said, what's your name, bro? And he told me his name was David. At the time, it was David. He wasn't Mad Dog. That's when he became, you know, affiliated with the Crips. So I'm looking at him, I said, man, I got to get like that, man. I said, do you know this guy named Craig? He said, yeah, that's Craig Munson, man. He said, yeah, that's my partner, man. So I said, well, today gonna be the day. He said, look, I'll be right back. He went down to the street to his house, but we lived right here, and they lived on the next street, but it was an alley. So he walked down the alley, he came back with a quarter, 2 quarters and a bar. He walked down there with it on his shoulder. And that was the beginning of me lifting weights. David started.
So when did you hook up with Tookie in Jamaica?
I hooked up with Tookie about 70. He just got out of Hawaii. Came back to Brooklyn, San Diego, Banning, California. I met Jamel through Tookie. To be exact, Jamel's last name was Barnes. So my little brother's last name was Bristow. So the B's coincided together, and they was in the same homeroom at Gompers. Bristow and Barnes. You know, myself personally, I ain't got nothing against Jamel. I just don't like what he did when he spoke out of turn about what he said about Tookie. If Took had got involved and went to prison for what happened, whatever they claim he was supposed to have done, you know. I mean, anything you know about something like that, the less you know is the better you are off. You know? Yeah.
That
It was foul the way it happened.
Yeah, but what was you at? Did you go to up to Venice Beach when Took them seen that food? What's that food name?
Arnold?
Yeah, food up there.
No, I was at work that day. I worked for the city.
Okay.
So Jamel and Tookie, they went to Gold's Gym. It was Franco and Arnold went in there working out. And Tookie had been to the beach. He was wet. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was wet up. So he went in there and Jamel introduced him. And they met and they talked. And Arnold said, "Wow, man, you are very big. You are bigger than Sergio." He said, "I am, I really am." He said, "Man, you're big." And he asked him, Jamel was telling me, he asked him, "Do you take anything?" He said, "No, I don't take nothing, it's just heavy iron." You know.
You told me when y'all used to be buffing, how y'all used to eat when y'all used to be buffing, how you and Took used to eat. You said y'all used to eat. You used to be telling me about that.
This is how I ate. I said I wanted to gain weight. So what I would do when I worked for the city, I would always do this. Every morning I would have maybe 3 or 4 good Hebrew kosher beef sausages, about 3 eggs scrambled, a big bowl of grits, and I had that drink called Nutriment. Tookie turned me on that. It was a drink like Ensure. It was in a can. I drank about 3 cans. I get in my lowrider. I started to Griffith Park going to work because I worked for City Park and Rex. And then 10 o'clock break would come. I would always go up to the catering truck. They had some fresh tuna sandwich. I always had me a tuna sandwich, a cinnamon roll, and a tall chocolate milk. That's lunch. I mean, that's some 10 o'clock snack. Then lunch would come. I'd go buy a loaf of Roman meal, 100% whole grain wheat bread. I buy that Hebrew kosher salami. I buy a pack of cheese. I buy avocados, tomatoes, and lettuce. I had a big old ice chest cooler. I'd have it in there. I'd make me 7 sandwiches every day and eat. That's lunch. Then we had a 2:30 break. I go over to this hamburger stand over behind Griffith Park called Zups. I would have a pastrami and some fries, and down the street was 31 flavors. I always have 2 or 3 scoops of ice cream. Then by the time I got home, I would have I'd stop at Tom's, and I always buy me a chili cheese fries, and I'd go buff as soon as I get in the house. I had all the way to the backyard, 7,000 or 8,000 pounds.
What's the biggest you had got?
Oh, a 20-inch arm, easy. No bigger than a 20. About a 20 and a quarter inch arm.
Yeah, but
that's all. And 57 around the top, chest wide. I weighed 232. That's the biggest I got.
Remember I told you, over in our neighborhood, we had that halfway house in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
And we used to see all those dudes over there. We was
Yeah.
young, still young really at the time. But them dudes knew not to play around. We seen some big socks. And I told you socks was the biggest dude I ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, he's entitled to say he's big as he was, but when I seen Squash, the first time I seen him, I was in ABC on Manchester San Pedro. I had this little broad used to work in there named Denise. And I would go in there, and I would go to the cash register, get ready to go in line, and this dude in front of me, he kept looking at me. He had on a shirt like I wear the chambray shirts. I had on a size 20 shirt. That's 3X. I had on my overalls out with nothing on under, filling that motherfucker up proper. So He asked me, he said, what's up, homeboy? I said, what's up, youngster? He said, Big Jackie. He said, they call me Sasquatch. Charles Perry. And then we became the best of friends.
Yeah. But I told you, Sasquatch was one of the biggest dudes I ever seen.
Nothing wrong. You can say what you want to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we were big, man. It didn't make no sense. But I ate like that for about a little over a year. And I always stayed healthy and strong doing all that eating because I worked out. Eating like that natural, I'd have been 300 pounds. Diabetes, high blood pressure, and everything. So I go on my buff. Break through a sweat. Buff.
Give me a thumbs up on pressing that gas. Another little short clip I'm gonna put together. Leave a comment. Whatever. Bring this OG content to y'all boys.
Oh yeah. Anytime. Yeah, I got some more on squash too. Do it again, ain't no problem. Now that I waited, another motherfucker said to come up.